Hi, everyone. Welcome to our business opportunity. I like to call it our healthy, wealthy hour. My name is Rachel Balansat, and I am a um, health coach with Purium, and I have been enjoying working with this company for almost 6.5 years now, and it has been an incredible, incredible journey. And I wanted to share with you all a little bit about my story, what this company has done for me, how much it has transformed my life. And I hope that what you hear today will inspire you. And I'd love for you to just type in the chat too, like what your intentions are here today. What are you inspired by from what you've heard in your invitation? What are you excited to get out of today? What would you like to get out of today? And I'll try to speak to all of it. I'm going to be joined also by my wonderful, amazing friend and brand partner Stephanie Dawn over there, Sacred Woman. She's also the chair of the Million Mom Movement. She is really an important woman in this company. She is really incredibly active in educating people about the toxins in our food and helping parents become better at feeding their children the right foods, the healthy foods, and helping kids detox from glyphosate and helping America and beyond, Canada, Europe, because we're in all these different countries, helping everyone make better, cleaner, greener decisions. So I want to just welcome you, Stephanie, for a moment. Come up and say hi.
Thank you so much, Rachel. It's so good to be here.
Yeah. We're going to hear from you in a little bit and have you tell your story because it's quite profound. So, welcome everybody. And what I like to, start with is just share a little bit about, my experience with this company. I was about 6 years ago, I discovered Purium, and I had been sick for like 9 years, and I had been struggling with Hashimoto's, and with that struggle, I was really not able to work. And I was looking for a way out. I actually had a thriving wedding photography business. I was doing well, six figures and above. And it was a lot of work. I worked around the world. I was traveling constantly. There were some beautiful parts about it. I stayed in some lovely hotels. I saw people like look the best they would ever look in their lives on these days. Glamorous, all just people with all kinds of flowers. It was just like a very beautiful experience. And yet I was working so hard, as you know, if you're an entrepreneur, there's a lot of hats you can wear when you run your own business. I was making the website. I was the marketing director. I was the tax accountant. I was the photographer. I was the editor. And it was like I was trying to wear so many hats. And so I just want to say, if you have owned a business or if you own a business, just type a one in the chat so that we're all here participating. I want to hear from you if you've owned a business and if you're an entrepreneur. Yes. And, um, I was really kind of at a place in my life where it was just too much work and I got burnt out and I burned out my adrenals and I ended up getting sick. So sick that I started turning away weddings and so burnt out that I didn't want to work anymore. And I was working fewer and fewer weddings. I started dwindling through my savings. And I eventually lived in my car. Okay. So if you've ever had a low in your life and you're really struggling financially, I just want to tell you, like, been there. I know what it's like. I've had that hardship. And Stephanie's going to talk about the great resignation in a moment because it's very relevant to now. So, it cost me a lot of money to start a business. I had, I ended up with a huge debt, many thousands of dollars, and it was a real struggle to stay afloat. Even though I was doing really well, it was just like so much work trying to balance all these balls, and I ended up working like, almost 100 hours a week. So, those of you who have worked and really burnt yourself out owning a business, type it too. I'm just curious if anyone's ever experienced burnout as an entrepreneur. Um, and then my third point I wanted to make is how much money I spent on it. So I talked about how much money I put into my business, tens of thousands of dollars. And then I also went to school to become a photographer, right? So there's the cost of education. So if you went and got a degree to do the business or work that you did or that you're doing, even if you're just, even if you work and you're not owning your own business. If you spent a lot of money on school, type a three, and even feel free to say how much debt you went into if you feel that bold and you want to share like how much debt have you gone into, just starting a business and going to school. So these are all the different things that we can, expect often as an entrepreneur is to put so much effort into the financial aspect, the energy, and the time. And then you sleep with your business too, because at night you're thinking about it and you're thinking, what am I going to do tomorrow? What am I going to do next week? What am I going to do next month? How am I going to get to this goal next year? Right? So there's a lot of stress. Okay, some people are sharing in the comments. I'm seeing 50,000 in debt. Okay, so what are so I started thinking like, how can I get to residual income? I started thinking like there's got to be a way because when I was sick I was thinking like I'm not going to be able to work anymore, but if I stop working, what happens? I'm not getting paid, right? If I stop working, I'm not getting paid. So I really started thinking, okay, I really need to figure out how to get residual income so that I can take breaks if I need to. I can go on vacation if I need to. If I get sick, I can take a break. If I, my father dies, both my parents died that year. I mean, the year that I found Purium, both of my parents died, and it was such a blessing to have this income because I was able to stop and grieve. I was able to after about a year into this business, when my father died, I took a couple months off and I went to the Philippines and I met my family there, met my brother for the first time ever, my sister, my other brother, and my niece and all my nieces and nephews, and I really got to see my family, and it was just like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. I'm taking 2 months off and I'm still getting paid, right? And that was when I really discovered what residual income meant, like the actual value of having residual income, which is like I needed to grieve about both my parents dying and I needed to take time for myself and spend time in the Philippines and meeting my family. And that was a year in. That was a year into this business that was actually paying me to be on vacation. And then since then, I've been able to put those three of those children, three of those nieces and nephews through college, and which really meant a lot to me. So obviously I got out of my car and I ended up having a thriving business with this company and was able to share this with my family. And to this day, through the pandemic, it has been a blessing because I've been able to send money monthly to my family and also help them start small businesses. But during this pandemic, lockdown in the Philippines has been really tough, really tough. And it was already a tough country. It was already a struggling country, and this just like devastated it. So I'm so grateful that during the pandemic, our company actually multiplied, that Purium actually doubled. And it was just an example of how this is just like the perfect thriving business to be in for several reasons for me. One, that this is something that's done online. All right. So whether if you're going to be, indoors and locked down, you can still run a business, right? You can still have a business. Because if I was a wedding photographer at that time, I would have been screwed. Like, I'm so grateful that I wasn't a wedding photographer during the pandemic because I would have not been able to really make money because I can't tell you how many friends' weddings I was invited to and they didn't have a wedding. Okay. So thank goodness for having an online income. I think it behooves everybody to actually have a thriving online business in addition to whatever else you're doing. To have an online income is so valuable these days because it's just so unpredictable what's going to happen. We still don't know what's going to happen. We could have more pandemics and so on. The other beautiful thing is that during this time of crisis, when we're having a plague and people's health is at stake, is that we're offering something that is so incredibly helpful. Okay. I have friends I had number of different friends who were all customers of Purium. And when they had COVID, they were drinking the cherry juice all day long, and they were taking the zinc aid, and they were actually getting through it in like just a couple days, and the worst was over in just a couple days. And so, people have had all different kinds of experiences, and I deeply, regret the people who didn't make it. But so many people were really benefiting from having this to help them get through it. So that was the other great reason for having this through the last couple of years. And so, for me personally, I am, not only grateful for what this has done for me, what this has done for many people as far as health, but it's also a time where I've been able to offer people a way to earn income. during this stressful time. And so many people joined my team, and were looking for ways out of their work. They're like didn't have work, or they were looking for a way to change jobs. They didn't want to be working in the field that they were working in anymore. And it's been wonderful to be able to see people, even achieve six-figure incomes in this company. And it's so valuable because we have all this free training, right? We work together. We work together as a flock. We really move together as a team. And so, anyone who's ever been an entrepreneur, you've probably had to invent the wheel. As a wedding photographer, I had to reinvent the wheel. It's like, gee, I had to figure out my prices. I had to figure out my website. I had to figure out how to talk to people. I had to figure out, how to do social media. I had to figure out all these things by myself. No one was going to teach me because I was their competition, right? But then you come to this community and we're here to teach you, right? We help people learn how to have an online business. We teach you the ropes, and that's all for free because we all earn income together. And you'll understand a little bit more when I talk about, the pay plan and how that works. So, this is, without further ado, I actually want to just go ahead and jump right into bringing Stephanie in. She is just such an inspiration to me. And, I've watched her, I've watched her thrive and survive cancer. I've watched her be able to live on this income and take breaks for herself while she could tend to herself and heal her body. And so, Stephanie, please share with us your story, and also, a little bit about the what you have to say about the Great Resignation and all that.
Yeah, with pleasure. Thanks so much, Rachel. It's so good to be here with you all. Yeah, so drop me a 4 in the comments if you've heard about the Great Resignation of 2020, 2021, 2022. It spanned over a couple years now. So I've been sort of astounded as I go deeper into this topic of what's going on in our country, in the United States. I'm not quite sure what's going on with the Great Resignation in Canada, but in the United States, over 33 million Americans quit their job in 2021. Take that in for a moment. 33 million Americans. And now they're talking in 2022, 3 out of 4 full-time employees are planning to quit their job this year. And interestingly, 79% of employed job seekers believe that they can make more money by switching jobs and staying put in the current market. So people are looking for opportunity. They're looking for something out of what they're doing. And interestingly, they're saying here that in the Washington Post reported that Goldman Sachs estimated last fall that more than half of those who had left the workforce during the COVID era's Great Resignation were over 55. So we've got people who want to create an early retirement. And then we've got young people who are just like, this is not all it's cracked up to be. Like, I need to be following my bliss, or I need to be, breaking out of the matrix, doing something out of the norm, right? So this was me 6 years ago. 6 years ago, I was a busy business coach. I was making great money very happily. I was not looking for another stream of income. But this woman who you've just been listening to, Rachel Balansat, she crossed my path. And she, I came on as a customer initially because I was really needing to transform my body after giving birth to 2 boys. Had gained 50 pounds and I just was not happy in my own skin, So anyways, Rachel kept telling me about the business. There's this business. And I was like, okay, fine. I'll take a look at your business. So I took a look at the business and I've never looked back. I never looked back. Why? Because the residual income model is so elegant. It's so done for you, as Rachel was saying. The website's done for you. The tax forms come in the mail. Tax time, we've just been getting them all in the last several weeks. Everything is so beautifully created by the corporation of Purium to support us in being the messengers of this incredible plant medicine. These amazing superfoods have transformed my body and many, many hundreds of thousands of people in my organization. So I'm incredibly grateful that I found this 6 years ago, and I continued to work my business alongside of my my business coaching, alongside of the Purium business. I did Purium part-time for 3 years, and then bam, cancer diagnosis. Oh my goodness. I stepped out of everything. I dropped the business coaching. I dropped my Purium business. I literally left work for 6 months. And Rachel, God bless you, my upline in this organization, she looked after my whole organization so that I could heal my body. What other company does that? What other business model does that? The network, the fabric of love and connection that I had created in 3 years part-time sustained me for 6 months while I was healing my body of the appearance of cancer. I am forever grateful for that. And for, Rachel, your ability to just like take over and work with all my people. So this is, for the right person, this is an incredible opportunity. There is nothing like the products that we have on this planet. We are light years beyond organic. And yes, I do want to speak for a moment about my position as the chair of the Million Mom Movement, because it's a position that I take very seriously. I sit on a council with 4 other women, 4 other activist moms. I'm a longtime activist, 30-year environmental social justice activist. And the co-founder of our company, Amy Venner, she knew, she knew that she could harness my fire to speak truth to power about the egregious toxins in our food sources to this day. And that's what I get to do every week, every day in this business. I get to talk about how the corruption of our food systems is causing incredible health problems for our children and incredible health problems for us. And so, it's one of the things I like to say to people. It's just food. It's really basic. It's really foundational. We all need to eat every day. This business is not hard. People need what we have, and they need it yesterday. So I appreciate the opportunity to share my story, Rachel, and I'll pass it back to you.
Thank you, and thank you for your calls that you do on Friday. It's really amazing. When you join the company and become a brand partner, you can bring all of the people that you love and care about to these Zooms, and you can have them hear from Stephanie and hear from the whole Million Mom movement, and they can learn all the things that she's talking about and learn what they can do about it. So, we are definitely a company that educates, and that's really exciting. And yet, in order to do this business, you don't have to be knowledgeable about health and nutrition. You don't need to be, a health coach. You could be a real estate agent. In fact, I know plenty of real estate agents who've done really well with this company. So they do quite well. Some of the top earners. But it's because we have all the tools. That's another thing, is that the way we do business is it's really all about sharing stories. We don't share a lot about the products. We share more about the stories of like people's transformations, and hearing what this does for people. And for me personally, I didn't even mention this, but I did recover from Hashimoto's. I did recover from adrenal fatigue. My blood work is now normal. It's been 6 years, and I've been feeling in the very first month when I started my transformation with our superfoods ultimate lifestyle transformation. When I first started, literally within 10 days, I had my energy back. And I had been like a couch potato for 9 years. I've been super sick for a long time. And I felt so good. My bloating went away. My energy just became effervescent. I was able to socialize again for like the first time in years. And I also had so much energy, I wanted to work out. And I ended up bodybuilding. Now, I didn't call myself a bodybuilder, except someone suggested I go compete. And so I did. And long story short, I won first place. Totally wasn't expecting it. And then I went on to pro, won first place in pro, and then I went on to championships and won the pro championships. So it's been an incredible journey, and I really, really do attribute it to these superfoods, because they gave me my health back like no one's business. Whoops. And I've seen so many people flourish. Energy is one of the most exciting things that people get. Let me just, sorry, mute everybody. Energy is like one of the number one things that really shifts for people, is people's energies go through the roof. And I have seen that again and again and again. I've seen people feel so much energy that they've let go of coffee, they've let go of their crutches, and it reduces sugar cravings. So it's really an incredible dynamic. Has all your nutrients, your protein, your sleep aid, your all these natural foods, your supplements, and your liquid green sunshine. So the products are incredible. There's athletic products and all kinds of things. One of the things that's really cool too is that we have this, we do have what's called the fast start bonuses. And so there's $3,500 of bonuses available in the first 3 months when you join. And that's like in addition to commissions. But we really work as a team. And so we show you how to work online. We teach you how to have social media if you want to do that. But it's really all about sharing our stories. We interview each other. We share our stories with each other. And there's all kinds of tools. There's an app, there's a website. The app really shows you how to, gives you all kinds of tools that you can send to people. So you don't have to be an expert. You can send people videos and information that they need that'll empower them. And, we attract. It's really all about attracting our people who are looking for something, who are looking for a change. Okay, so we attract, and we also these days are attracting a lot of brand partners. And so when what happens is people form teams. And so we form these beautiful teams where we work together. And so, as we all naturally share things, right? I know that whenever I see a good movie, I tell everybody about the movie, right? I see a Netflix series and I'm like, okay, I just binge watched this. Everyone's got to go binge watch it. It's not fair that I'm the only one. Right? So we tell people all the time. And now imagine if you got paid for sharing what you love already. Imagine if you got paid every time you shared about a theater experience, about a dinner experience, about a health experience, because that's really what this is that we all naturally share. And so we call this the social sharing economy, right? Where we are getting paid to share what's already something that we would already naturally tell about everyone about anyway. And this is basically network marketing done ethically. And the founder of the company, Dave and Amy, are the most amazing people two of the most amazing people I've ever met. Real true visionaries. In fact, if you've ever used the USDA organic food label, if you've ever looked for that label to shop, you can thank them because they lobbied to get us the food label, the USDA organic sticker. And so all of our products are beyond organic. They're the purest, no fillers, just the purest nutrition you could even imagine. And I did study Ayurveda and became a health practitioner and a nutritionist because I was completely trying to heal myself. And that's why when I saw these products, I knew that this was gold because I could vet them. I could see them. I could see all the ingredients. And I said, this is what I need. And so when I actually, in fact, transformed my health, I was not surprised. I knew that this was what I've been looking for all along. But what I was going to say is that the reason that Dave Sandoval and Amy Venner chose network marketing as the format to distribute these products rather than in a store is because they wanted to pass the savings on to us. And it also would be so expensive. If it was sold at Whole Foods, even just Whole Foods or any store, they would have to raise the price so much in order to be able to afford to pay for the marketing and the end caps and everything. And so in order to keep it affordable at Whole Foods, they would have to drive down the quality of nutrition. Literally, they would have to start putting fillers in, like all the food that you see, all the other competitive labels that you see in the store, they all have fillers in them. They all have, they might have sugar or whey or different types of things just things that aren't necessary, that aren't actually nutritive properties. So by choosing network marketing, they were able to actually keep the price down. All right. And so there's a myth in network marketing that it's expensive, but actually this keeps the price down and it enables people to have the best products. And I've always seen that in this type of industry. So, they also are very generous. 60% of the profit actually goes to us. David knew that, word of mouth was going to be the best thing, that people describing and being able to share their experiences and stories that people were going to have stories, that people were going to have an experience and they were going to want to talk about this. And so he knew, he had faith in his products. He knew that this is really the way. All right. And he is a scholar of nutrition. He has gone around the world. He has studied with all the greats, Bernard Jensen and mother of the wheatgrass movement. I'm totally spacing her name, Ann Wigmore. Thank you. Thanks, Steph. And so, he's really researched and he's really brought us, he decided to have his own label. He's like, I want to create this. He worked for all these other people. And then he said, I know what I need to create. I have studied with the greatest of the greatest. And I know the formula that's going to work for people. And so he chose this. Okay. So, it's really incredible. And, given what it costs to get into being an entrepreneur in general, I mean, we could spend $70,000 on a storefront, right? Just to rent out a storefront and have a boutique and, it's just to have a front door, right? We could spend, $100,000 on schooling to become a professional that makes six figures. But what's so incredible about Purium is that the gateway, the cost of entry is actually basically free. If you just do your own transformation, if you just order your own food for the month, right? And you order this instead of what you would normally buy at the store, and you're also eating, like fresh fruits and vegetables and eating healthy food along the way, this is your entry level. You buy your own self nutrition, and then that gives you the opportunity to become a brand partner for free. Because it costs $199 to become a brand partner, which is nothing to own a business, a turnkey business that has a website and everything for you already for only $199, plus all the training, plus all the coaching, plus the community. Like, it is absolutely mind blowing. It should blow people's minds. And so for the cost of the products, you can actually get the business for free. So the cost of the products is $11 a day for 2 meals a day, 60 of your meals to have to detox, right? You're going to cleanse your body. You're going to cleanse your liver. It's not fasting. It's not starving. It's very simple. But with this beautiful pack, you can actually totally transform your life and transform other people's lives. And the best pack to get for a business partner is actually to get the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation Plus Performance. That's the one I recommend the most for anybody who is interested in becoming a brand partner. We call it a brand partner. It's also could be considered, you can think of it as like being an affiliate. But when you become a brand partner, having this pack is going to give you all the nutrition for a month, plus plenty of products that you can use to sample. I like to have parties at my house, and I'll just set out, drinks, and like we just had a party the other day, and I had a bunch of drinks on ice, and it was just like people were just feeding themselves all this nutrition all day long. And this was just a great way to expose people to what we have. It's like, oh, try this out, And then I do tailgate parties. Like I'm at the community market, and I've got my trunk open. Friends are coming by, and I'm like, oh, here, have a shake. Here, try this. And I'm not, trying to hard sell. I'm just literally just like sharing the love because this stuff is good, and I want them to like have a nice day and have a good drink. So I really recommend the Ultimate Lifestyle Plus Performance Pack. And whoever invited you to the Zoom, it does have a discount for you on the pack. So basically, you're going to get 25% off using that person's gift code today or tomorrow, but you are going to get 25% off. So the Ultimate Lifestyle Pack is about, I think it's like around $17 a day. Now I'm talking US dollars because some people are from Canada and Puerto Rico. I don't know what the actual cost is. Well, Puerto Rico is the same, but in Canada I know, and in Europe the price difference is a little bit different. So you just have to adjust for your price area. But it's basically about $16.50 or $17 a day for the Ultimate Lifestyle Plus Performance Pack, and that has everything. That has an abundance more. So that would be like 3 meals a day, or you could share it with your family, and you could have enough to sample. Plus, there's a few different other products in there that are great drinks, like the Cocoa Hydrate and the Can't Beat This and the Super Xanthan. There's a lot of different other things that are really good for you. There's like 70 products that this company has, but this is a really good sampler of everything. So that's what I would recommend for anybody who's interested in becoming a brand partner. But yeah, I wanted to talk about the fast start bonuses really quick again, like the $3,500 that you can earn in the first 3 to 4 months. It's very generous of the company. And then on top of commissions, right, you get 20% of any customer who wants to order, which is 60% of the company's profit. Okay. We also have something called Diamond Club happening in May. So we have these different, as your business starts to expand, as you share this with more people and they start ordering monthly, that becomes residual income, right? You have people who are ordering every month, which is so lovely to have people who are just like loving the product so much, they're ordering monthly, and then that starts to accumulate. And then you also have people who join your team. You have maybe some friends. Like I immediately had some of my best friends join me, and it was so cool to work with my best friends and help them see their lives change, their health transform, help their family, their parents, their kids transform their health. And so I've expanded my team to my friends, right? And so when you start having a team and then everyone's working together, that increases the numbers of points and things like that help you get to these different bonus ranks. And so basically there's something called a diamond rank. And so in May, we're going to have this diamond club, which we haven't been able to have in 2 years because of the pandemic and lockdown. And finally, we're going to do an in-person event. So this is going to be wonderful. So anyone who achieves that rank, the company is so generous. They're going to wine and dine you. They're going to give you 3-day paid vacation, where we get to have a tour of the facility. We get to go on, I don't want to spoil it for you, but there's a yacht, and we get to go out on the water in LA on the bay. And it's just a beautiful community experience. You get to meet the owners and the founders, Dave and Amy, who are just amazing human beings. Just delightful. Amy is just the heart of the company. She's the founder of the Million Mom movement. She's the one who tagged Stephanie and said, I really want you to share and help us, create this. I really want to help get, pantries green and clean, and all these mothers' pantries and fathers as well. MOM, Million Mom movement, has now become movement of many. We don't want to leave the guys out or the non-binary people out. We want to make sure that everyone's included. So anyway, her heart is of gold, and you're going to love Amy. And she will talk about just like the actual standards of this company, how it's beyond organic. Like, organic is just a baseline, but what we do is up here. We really are up here. We make sure we test batch quality. We make sure that everything is organic, that we don't accidentally have GMOs floating in, cross-drift from cross-pollinating. We make sure we don't accidentally have these genetically modified ingredients that actually slip into our products. We make sure we test everything to make sure we don't have any concerning levels of metals, lead, all that stuff. So we actually have higher standard third-party testing that is beyond what is required. So there's organic requirements, but we do more. So you'll learn about that. And so without further ado, I mean, I could talk all day long about the Diamond Retreat, but we would love for you to join our community. We really are people who care. We really are people who want to help you. And the way this business is set up is so dynamic. Network marketing is incredible because you are helping other people grow their businesses, and you get paid. You get paid a percentage of their commission as well because you're helping them. Okay, so it's almost like everyone has their own franchise and we're helping each other. Okay, so I know I'm saying a lot, and there's going to be plenty of time for you to ask the person, whoever invited you, to get with them, ask more questions. There's plenty of resources. I would love to talk all day, but I also want to honor the time and thank you for joining us today. So thank you. And Stephanie, thank you so much for your share. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me, Rachel. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
So we'll wrap it up and get your gift code from the person who invited you. Get your smart order, get started, and you can join us this week. All right. Have a great day, everybody. Take care. Nice to see you. Bye-bye.